right, so here's the world beater, Khamzat Chimaev, wicked relevant in 2 divisions. Every time he sees you, he tries to take you down. Gotta think he's gonna try to wrestle here tonight.
That's exactly what he does, right? He wants to impose himself on his opponents. He wants to show his dominance when he's inside the octagon, whether it's on the ground in the grappling, as we saw in Kevin Holland, or whether it's him striking, as we have seen in the beginning of his UFC career. He has all the skills, but it's the mindset of Khamzat Chimaev that I think separates him from most fighters in both weight classes that he competes in.
And with respect to Conor McGregor and everybody else, I'm not sure that any athlete has ever taken this sport by storm quite the way Chimaev did back in 2020. Let's see how he fares in another big spot tonight. Khamzat Chimaev has graced the octagon. He's ready to go. All right, so here's the undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Sean Strickland, and you can argue his win over Israel Adesanya to wrest away the belt at UFC 293 was the most improbable result of 2023, but perhaps it should not have been. Strickland has a very boxing-intensive style that is very difficult to prepare for, and he took it to Izzy right out of the chute. That has given him a lot of confidence coming into this title defense here tonight. He is a 5-round fighter, outstanding cardiovascular base, and all the self-belief in the world that he is going to leave the octagon the way he came in as the undisputed best in the world. Sean Strickland has graced the octagon, and as usual, he looks ready to go. Tail of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the intros, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Khamzat Chimaev. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland!
Mark Goddard, our referee for this one, as good as any man who will win in the business. And we are underway. Oh, nice cross by Sean Strickland there. He's got more power than you think.
Yeah, he's always right in your face, popping you with jabs, and when he sees it, he throws the right hand. We saw him put Israel Adesanya down with that right hand. It's a great weapon to have.
Oh, that shot gets through early. Must have been a good warm-up in the back.
I mean, he walked right into that one, John. It's a huge test, especially when it's this early in the fight.
Strong outside leg kick. There's that left hand.
This dude is hurt, but he's still fighting.
All right, so a stunning strike moments ago. Now we'll see the extent to which his opponent has recovered.
Yeah, the opponent's tough, but his power has been on display very early.
All right, there's that patented Sean Strickland shell. He's a hard man to hit.
Yeah, it's that Philly shell. Left arm down, trying to deflect punches with his shoulders. It's a very tough thing to deal with in mixed martial arts.
How about that strike over the top? And now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful level change. Make him think you're going low and come right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch.
All right, so the overhand has certainly been a big weapon for him here tonight. Look for him to go right back to it here if he can find an opening. Strickland starting to feel it here early round one, taking immediate control of the fight and taking the air out of his opponent.
Champion of the world. This guy is amazing, John. Time and time again, he puts his skills on display. What a beast the champion is.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 5 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland!
Still the king of the 185-pounders. There he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion after the knockout tonight in his title defense. And that's got to feel pretty good. There were a lot of people backing the #1 contender coming in here tonight, but he certainly muted all of that noise and then some. The celebration is on in the corner. Congratulations to the reigning, defending, still undisputed UFC.
You ready, John? Ready?
All right, so this highly anticipated stand-up only event is now underway. Friendly reminder on the rules, and hopefully you play by them. No grappling of any type. So if you like striking, this is the event for you. Also, fighters cannot do follow-up strikes on the floor. This is a stand-up only event. Let's see how it plays out. Chimaev shot is blocked. Oh, nice right cross from Strickland. He is far more heavy-handed than people realize.
People don't want to give him credit for his high-level boxing.
Oh, my goodness, and that's it. Look by him there.
I mean, that was a similar blow. That might be the one that we look back on and say that was the start to the end of the fight.
Oh, and another shot for good measure.
He cannot keep taking these hard shots to the head.
Chimaev's got a cut on the forehead. Yes, he's bleeding now, so some work for the cut man in between rounds if we get there. All right, Strickland out of that patented stance. We'll see if he can get that heavy jab going early.
Yeah, he's got that Philly shell. And when you fight out of it,
oh, he got hurt again.
It looked like he hurt him. Still firing back, even though he's hurt bad.
Followed by a right. Nice 1-2 there by Chimaev. All right, so his power has certainly been heard from early. It appears as though maybe the opponent has recovered a little bit.
Yeah, you put him on notice, John. He knows now that if he wades into the danger, it can be very problematic for him.
Oh, man, how clean is that as he gets the kick right below the elbow to the body?
He's better keep that elbow tucked. He cannot take these body kicks. This might be the biggest shot of this entire fight. He landed a massive hook to put his opponent on wobbly legs. This fight is crazy.
Huge right. There it is. Oh, how good is this? Both men going for the finish. There it it is again, that right cross. All right, the referee has stepped in here as expected. He is going to call in the doctor to look at what is a pretty significant cut that he's dealing with.
It's a mess. It's completely a mess, and I'd be very surprised if this fight continues.
Crowd getting a little bit restless. Doctor has to tune out that noise, but at least for now, they will allow him to fight on.
Good. Good.
All right, so the ref will get the action back underway after that brief health and safety check, and to no one's surprise, the fans support the decision for the action to continue.
Absolutely. I mean, this official decided you can go. Even though at times the fighter may question whether or not he can do it, we have very smart ringside officials that make a determination, and the determination is get your butt out there and fight. Let's see what happens.
And we have a very smart fighter who's going to have to start protecting that injury to prevent it from getting any worse. All right, that'll do it for round one. Chimaev's got a real significant cut above the eye. We'll see if the cut man can stop the bleeding. All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's your replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage it.
You okay? Good.
All right, round two. Oh, now we're seeing a lot of work to the body. A couple of those shots got through, and those will add up quickly, right? Even if you have the strongest core in the game, you don't want to take too many of those shots in and around your orifice.
Chimaev is so strong, man. Every time I'm around this guy, he grabs him. It's amazing how strong he is for being so small. He's only about 200 and some pounds naturally, but he feels so much heavier.
Oh, that defense is a thing of beauty, right? Slipping, dipping, and avoiding a lot of these power shots.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of just defending. His eyes are very open, aware. He sees everything coming before his opponent.
That is as big a strike as he has landed thus far tonight.
Big, massive shot lands. Look at how tough his opponent.
Oh, shades of you against Dan Henderson back in the day. One-sided here as he continues to work towards that complete performance.
He's doing everything right, man. I don't know that this guy has ever looked better.
Oh, you got to keep pressing here. Could be the beginning of the end. Chimaev's got a pretty deep bruise now starting to appear on the right side of his body. His opponent has done a lot of work in that region tonight. Hook, line, and not sinker yet, but another hook lands flushly for Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland is boxing beautifully tonight. He's putting everything together, and that hook is coming after combinations. It's landing, so look for Strickland to continue throwing.
Goes down again! Under a minute now to go in the round. Well, you must laud the durability on the other side, but at this point, you just got to press the issue, find the kill shot, get him out of there.
Yeah, he's got to pour it on. I mean, his opponent's been hurt multiple times, and honestly, he has no answer for his power.
Back to his feet. There's the horn. Plenty of action to digest in that round. All right, so what a round it was for him. Multiple multiple knockdowns. When we sat down with him on Thursday, he said, when I touch guys in this division, they go down, and he proved prophetic. That's exactly what happened in the previous.
The guy has lightning in his hands. Every time he is landing, he is putting his opponent on his butt over and over, knocking him down. He has not found the finish, but he needs to stay patient, find the perfect shot, hit him with that kill shot. You get that kill shot off, and there will be no more getting up.
Ready. Ready. Let's go.
Round 3 of a possible 5 for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship. Back to the feet now. The story remains the same and still.
ASLPV News welcome on this powerhouse here VPL just cut BKR.
Absolute grinder, and he imposed himself on his opponent, and he keeps the UFC championship.
Every minute going off.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 18 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland!
And still the king of the 185-pounders. There he is, the undisputed UFC. the Frenchman, the oncoming force in the middleweight division, Nassourdine Imavov. He had to look far and wide for people picking him to beat Israel Adesanya. Did that, and now the fights keep on getting bigger.
They just keep getting bigger and bigger for Imavov, who is an amazing striker. He is showing tremendous confidence and belief that he can beat the best in the world. To go out there and knock out Adesanya, as he did, was really impressive. But you know that for Imavov to get where he wants, he's got to continue to show his ability to use all of his skills. And we have seen that time and time again. Big spot for Nassourdine Imavov.
Not a lot of glaring weaknesses on film. We'll see if his opponent can try to expose some here under the lights tonight. So Israel Adesanya obviously was mashing through the middleweight division until his rival Alex Pereira showed up. But as he gets back on the proving ground here tonight, DC, most people believe on any given Saturday night, this is still the best middleweight.
Well, he's proven it time and time again. He has been the man for so long. It would seem hard for him not to operate in that space. But because he believes in himself, because he recognizes who he is, he takes wins and losses as good as anyone I've ever seen. But when it comes down to the X's and the O's, the guy and his fight ability, Israel Adesanya is as good as they come. A phenomenal kickboxer in much improved wrestling that allows for him to stay upright and make guys fight him where he needs them to.
Really seems as though he is getting closer to that mixed martial arts prime, to your point, in terms of putting all the skills together. Israel Adesanya, the last style bender, back in the octagon. Tell the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Nassourdine Imavov. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
One of the best in the business, Mark Goddard, our referee. All right, so here we go with this stand-up only fight. You guys got to play by the rules. No grappling or wrestling of any type. Also, you cannot do follow-up strikes on the floor. Let's see who the last man standing will be tonight.
Beautiful body kick lands right under the elbow.
Oh, beautiful display on the feet there by the champ Adesanya.
You haven't seen many guys that have come from straight kickboxing and done as well as the last style bender. He's a fantastic fighter, and that's why he skyrocketed to the top of the division.
Feint heavy approach from Adesanya as usual.
I love the way Izzy fights. It's a classic kickboxing stance. Wide legs, hand moving in front, and always popping those feints, never allowing you to get comfortable.
Well, you know, in terms of striking, Adesanya doesn't discriminate, but going to the calf kick here.
High-level kickboxer is Adesanya. He will beat that calf up over and over again if you let him.
Both guys just so cool and collected. If you've never been to a UFC live event, there is an indescribable tension when there is a belt on the line. All right, so there it is again. Adesanya lands the calf kick. You don't want to take too many more of those.
High-level kickboxing, man. You cannot stand with Israel Adesanya.
Imavov's cut above the eye. course, he lands another punch. We talk about long fighters and their ability to employ that jab. He does it as well as anyone.
Oh, he does it really good. He has a boxer's jab where the hand is a little bit lower, so the jab is coming up towards your face instead of straight at you. It's a tricky jab that is very, very difficult to see at times.
He might break his nose.
What a beautiful setup on that head kick. Now Johnny's got to find that finish.
Huge head kick. Oh, he fires back now. Well, his opponent seemed to be stunned to a significant extent, but was able to recover, and it's almost like he let him off the hook.
Kind of let him off the hook. He needed to really put his foot on the gas to try to find that finish.
Under a minute now to go in the round. Nassourdine Imavov's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but...
Oh, Adesanya's getting going now. That leg kick hurt. What a beautiful head kick. He set that up perfectly. Now he's got his opponent hurt.
Outstanding round. Do you believe it? Another 5 minutes coming up. All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So the fighter now with a cut on his lip. That is something he's going to have to deal with. You see the cut man not wasting any time getting in there. We'll see if he can shut that thing and prevent it from being a factor for him moving forward. All right, so he survives to the stool, but he's going to need a plastic surgeon on Monday. Let us show you some of the strikes that caused that damage above the eye.
Just beautiful striking on display. He found the target constantly. He opened up a big cut above the eye, and now he sees that he's got a wounded opponent in front of him. He is going to target that eye even more in this next round.
All right, second round underway. Oh, there's a big overhand. Imavov gets the guard up yet again. Nice defensive sequence for him there. And there it is again, targeting that swelling. Why would you not, right? You doled out all this damage. Might as well go right back to it.
Well, especially if your opponent is not going to move his head. He's still trying to go out on his shield. He's so stubborn in trying to prove that he's tough. It's really costing him right now.
Big elbow there, lands. Man, Adesanya with a beautiful land on. Oh, another crushing leg kick. Man, that one left.
He has thrown his hip into every one of these kicks, and it has taken an effect on his opponent.
Oh, another brutalizing leg kick lands.
Yeah, he's got to check his kick.
Is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their strikes.
Yeah, both guys have been affected. Both guys are hurt very badly. Oh, man, he's hurt.
Well, this is some of the best action we've seen in a lot of wrestling defense. Both fighters really trying to impose their game on the other.
Well, John, neither one of them allows for the other guy to get momentum. The moment it moves in one direction, it just sways right back. Both are competing at a high level.
Back and forth we go. It takes two to tango, and man, have these two individuals tangoed tonight. I might run it back at some point, no matter how this one ends.
It's one of those fights where when you look at these two and the damage on their faces, the work that they have both put in, you realize and you appreciate what these fighters do inside the octagon. They're both hurt. They're both beat up. And both these guys have shown a tremendous amount of resilience to put themselves in position to win this fight.
10 minutes in the can. Well, it's early, but that was one of the better rounds we have seen all year. Knockdowns on both sides. Mixed martial arts, folks.
Mixed martial arts is the most beautiful form of violence that you will ever see. And these two men put it on full display in that round.
Ready, John? George? John, let's go.
Round 3 of a possible 5 for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship. Adesanya's really limping now. Oh, and there it is, and new! Yes, he did it! Your undisputed middleweight champion of the world!
That is unbelievable to watch this man once again overcome the odds and grab the UFC championship.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 16 seconds of the 3rd round, declaring the winner by TKO and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Nassourdine Imavov.
All right, well, the next time he fights, it'll be black trunks with gold trim. Congrats to the new UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Championship colors will be worn by this young man the next time he walks into the octagon. He came in there with a game plan, stuck to it, and got the job done. Congrats to the new UFC.
Well, champ, there are certainly easier guys to prepare for than the former undisputed UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland, a guy who has repeatedly stepped up for the UFC. Tremendous boxing, a great defensive shell, a 5-round style, and another massive fight for the American time.
I love watching Sean Strickland fight. I love how responsible he is defensively. I love how his hands are always in the right place. I love how Sean Strickland does not filter himself in regards to anything in this world, and I believe that thing that he carries lets him be the great fighter that he is today. It's that self-belief that allowed him to go into Australia and beat Israel Adesanya to become the champion.
Sean Strickland has graced the octagon, and as usual, he looks ready to go. Here's the Frenchman, the oncoming force in the middleweight division, Nassourdine Imavov. He had to look far and wide for people picking him to beat Israel Adesanya. Did that, and now the fights keep on getting bigger.
They just keep getting bigger and bigger for Imavov, who is an amazing striker. He is showing tremendous confidence and belief that he can beat the best in the world. To go out there and knock out Adesanya, as he did, was really impressive. But you know that for Imavov to get where he wants, he's got to continue to show his ability to use all of his skills. And we have seen that time and time again. Big spot for Nassourdine Imavov.
Not a lot of glaring weaknesses on film. We'll see if his opponent can try to expose some here under the lights tonight. All right, both fighters have ascended into the octagon. We're ready to go with more live action from the world-famous O2 Arena here in London. And now our tail of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the particulars, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Sean Strickland! And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Nassourdine Imavov!
Mark Goddard, as good as it gets if you're a fighter. Probably the guy you want in there. All right, so here we go with this stand-up only encounter. We'll see if these guys can play by the rules. Not many rules, but you can't grapple at all. No wrestling of any kind. You also are not permitted to do follow-up strikes on the floor. We are underway.
Oh, big body kick.
Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Oh, big elbow gets through. All right, there's that patented Sean Strickland shell. He's a hard man to hit.
Yeah, it's that Philly shell. Left arm down, trying to deflect punches with his shoulders. It's a very tough thing to deal with in mixed martial arts.
Keep your hands up. Come on now.
Nassourdine Imavov's eye looks to have been cut open from one of those octaves.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Lot to see here for the educated eye. A lot of nuances, a lot of feints as they try to get a read on the other.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a calculated approach. They're going to be looking for counters, and they're trying to wait for the opponent to make a mistake so that they can take advantage of it.
Oh, crushing counter. Could his timing be any better?
I mean, what a moment brought on by that beautiful counter shot. Oh, man. Oh, big elbow.
So he lands another elbow here, and whether it's standing or in the clinch, it doesn't seem to matter tonight. He has landed several elbows in this round and is now really starting to do some appreciable damage. Nassourdine Imavov's doing a nice job there raising the guard to protect the eye with that block. You can't allow that cut to get worse as this fight continues.
Nice jab there by Sean.
Wow, would you take a look at those numbers on the elbows? Absolutely outstanding. 90 seconds to go.
Lands a solid kick right there.
Under a minute now to go in the round. Well, you've heard the corner call to set up the strikes off of the feints. Nice feint left there by Imavov. Well, it's not a power jab, but it snaps his head back every time he throws it. And I got to think, as the defensive fighter, this has got to be wildly frustrating.
I mean, he keeps going to this every time, all night long. He is just sticking it with that jab. That's why they call it the stick. Give him the stick. This guy's doing it over.
Round 2 straight ahead. All right, so the round is over, and you see the cut man not wasting any time as the fighter makes his way back to the stool. The cut man will try to shut that cut on the bridge of his nose and prevent it from becoming a factor here moving forward.
You okay? Good. Okay,
Second round here. All right, next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back and forth action in the previous round.
Yes, it wasn't a firefight. It wasn't two guys throwing the kitchen sink at each other. But you did see times where they came together and you saw the skill level of these two fighters.
Imavov circling now towards the left. Oh, big
my
power
goodness.
strikes landed on both sides. Man, has he been masterful on the feet this evening. He's really utilized that jab to perfection. You see the numbers at the bottom of the screen. He might land 100 jabs tonight. Absolutely incredible. Straight punch is good.
Attack that cut. Let's go. Hit it.
Oh my goodness, is the shot going to be coming? Massive head kick there.
Sorry, my man. Johnny's hurt very, very bad. What a setup. Beautiful shot lands to the leg there.
Otherworldly toughness on display. Got rocked. Just over here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
yeah.
could be the beginning of the end.
Now he's back up.
Man, his opponent has recovered for now, but these power shots are landing at will. I'm surprised we haven't seen a finish.
I mean, he's been dominant.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time. You see the referee pausing the action here. They're going to call in the doctor to look at this cut. Might be the beginning of the end here.
I mean, blood all over his face. He's been beat up, battered and bruised. He still wants to fight.
Yeah. All right, that is going to do it. Man, these fans are heartless.
I knew he was going to stop it. You could have let the guy fight. Give him a shot. Give him a shot, John.
I don't know, man. Live to fight another day. You could stick 3 quarters inside that thing. All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland!
All right, so how about this result tonight as we congratulate the new UFC middleweight champion? It's a good thing you're not allowed to bet on these fights because...
I like the champ coming in, but this guy sat across from us and said, I am going to get the job done. That belt is mine. He's only been keeping it warm. Tonight he became the champion just as he said he would.
Joe Pyfer. Be Joe Pyfer, as they say. See Joe Pyfer right there, getting ready to make the walk. You do not want to get hit by Joe Pyfer.
Oh, you do not want to get hit by this dude. He hits like a Mack truck. Big, strong, powerful, sure, and confident. Joe Pyfer is what you're looking for when you talk about exciting fighters. Joe Pyfer has beaten some really elite level guys already in his UFC career. Joe Pyfer needs to win this one to really propel himself into the elite of this division. He believes he can. Let's see if Joe Pyfer's actions can match his words.
All right, so here's the undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Sean Strickland, and you can argue his win over Israel Adesanya to wrest away the belt at UFC 293 was the most improbable result of 2023, but perhaps it should not have been. Strickland has a very boxing-intensive style that is very difficult to prepare for, and he took it to Izzy right out of the chute. That has given him a lot of confidence coming into this title defense here tonight. He is a 5-round fighter, outstanding cardiovascular base, and all the self-belief in the world that he is going to leave the octagon the way he came in as the undisputed best in the world. Sean Strickland has graced the octagon, and as usual, he looks ready to go. All right, now our tail of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the main event introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Joe Body Bags Pyfer. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland!
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready.
All right, so here we go with this highly anticipated stand-up only event. You got to play by the rules here. There aren't a ton of them, but there is no grappling of any type, either on the feet or on the ground. Fighters cannot do follow-up strikes on the floor as well, so that bears watching here as round 1 gets underway. Trying to land the elbow there to no avail.
It's about the punch, but it's also about the setup. That was a beautiful setup that allowed for him to land that strike. Even if he's hurt, he will still fight back. Oh my goodness, these boys are going at him.
Big left hand lands upstairs.
Look at that.
Going out of the body with that hook. Well done there by Pyfer. All right, so he has landed a lot. Oh! So 1 minute into this fight, and as many people expected, the action absolutely...
Wow, both of them are landing massive shots. This is insane.
Look how wobbly he is. But perhaps the tide is starting to turn. He's starting to feel himself on the feet now.
Yeah, he's starting to feel himself, and that shot what allowed for him to reset his mind. Like, okay, I can compete with this guy. Now he's got some respect. Let's see what he does with it.
Well, they've made all the right reads here tonight, and there's another one. Beautiful read on the leg strike as he catches it and then returns fire with a punch of his own. So they have got the timing down here at this point of the fight. Pfeiffer's eye looks to have been cut open here. Yes, it has.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. He's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Oh, man, he did it again. His counter game is on point tonight.
Well, he keeps drawing him in, and he's not exiting out of these exchanges, and he's paying for it.
Entertaining first 5 minutes. All right, that's the end of the round. You see the fighter's got a cut on his lip. Not necessarily a Robbie Lawler lip opening, if you know what I'm talking about, but certainly something that could be a source of adversity here moving forward. Cut man in there quickly to try to shore it up. All right, let's check out some of the action, DC, and how about the punching acumen by that fighter in that previous round?
He does not waste anything. He does not loop punches. Everything's tight. Everything's precise. He's a sniper. We always talk about how he's a sniper. He is a sniper, and it showed in that exchange that allowed him to drop his opponent.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 here. All right, so after one of the more entertaining rounds in recent UFC history, our next round is upon us. Man, those guys both took some serious damage in that previous round.
They both took some damage, but they both gave it. They both gave it as well as they took it.
Oh, what a shot there on the inside. He's hurt now.
He turned his entire body into that uppercut, and it landed exactly as he was hoping for. Oh, he took a left hook there.
Oh, big elbow. Defensively responsible, Sean Strickland, as usual, with that right guard high, champ.
Yeah, right hand where it needs to be, left hand's down, but he's constantly kind of showing you his shoulders, fighting you in that Philly shell type of stance.
Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting.
Right on the button. Oh, right out of that Philly shell into a beautiful combination of his own.
I mean, and stringing punches together out of that combination. Listen, you use the Philly shell to make sure you're safe. A lot of the punches deflect off of your shoulders. This guy has a great ability to score.
Pfeiffer's uppercut is blocked. Obvious redness on the right side of his body. 2 minutes remain in the round. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Another. Oh, man.
is a savage, Jon Anik. And not only is he a savage, he is now the world champion.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 21 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Joe Bodyguard.
All right, so how about this, DC? We have a new UFC middleweight champion, and in this era of the 185ers, this division has never been stronger. They're all chasing a new man tonight.
One of the toughest divisions in the entire UFC, and right now he sits atop it. Congratulations to a fantastic fighter.
He is one of the best middleweights in the world and a man who has a great chance to bring a world title to South Africa. The middleweight contender, Dricus du Plessis. He's got power. He's got a lot of physical tools, underrated on the ground, and really he's been underrated every step of his UFC career. You had to look far and wide to find anyone that gave him a modicum of a chance going into that Robert Whittaker fight at UFC 290, and he absolutely bludgeoned the former champion. At that point in time, there was nothing left to do with the South African du Plessis but to find him a title fight, and now we see just how world-class Dricus du Plessis really is. Dricus du Plessis has stepped into the octagon. This time he wants to leave with that championship belt. Joe Pyfer, be Joe Pyfer, as they say. See Joe Pyfer right there, getting ready to make the walk. You do not want to get hit by Joe Pyfer.
Oh, you do not want to get hit by this dude. He hit big, strong, out, sure, and confident. Joe Pyfer is what you're looking for when you talk about exciting fighter. Joe Pyfer has beaten some really elite-level guys already in his UFC career. Joe Pyfer needs to win this to really propel himself into the elite of this division. He believes he can. Let's see if Joe Pyfer's actions can match his words.
All right, both fighters have now touched down inside the world-famous octagon, ready to go with live action from the O2 Arena here in London. detail of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here once more is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Dricus Stillman Duplessis. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, Joe Body Bag Parker.
Herb Dean, our referee for
Ready
this
to fight?
one.
Ready.